Hello students, I'm glad to see you. My name is Ina and today I would like to talk to you about prepositions of place. Lots of students asked me about this topic and I think, everybody needs to know about that, especially because it's very easy to know. So, prepositions of place. There are only 3 of them, to your surprise, I guess. This is preposition at, preposition on, and preposition in. Also, I would like to discuss with you 2 more prepositions. They are not prepositions of place, they are prepositions of movements. But I think they're very important and they will be included in our practice, so it's better if you know them. This is preposition to and from. I will explain you everything, but before that, I would like to show you some sentences, and I want you to think what to use there. The first one, I'm at the concert now, and the next one, oh, sorry, I have already said to use the preposition. I'm at home now. So this is the sentence in which we need to use preposition at. The next one, let's look. What is in Again, what is in your bag? And there are not many planes somewhere the sky. So what do you think about preposition? I guess you can get that we need to use here preposition in. What is in your bag? And there are not many planes in the sky. Let's look at the next one. The book is somewhere and the restaurant is also somewhere. Think what kind of preposition we need to use in this case. I guess you can understand that we need to say on the table and on the left. Here you are. The next. I walked somewhere, station home, and they caught a taxi. So the preposition that we need in this case, I walked from the station home and they caught a taxi from the airport. He is somewhere bad. What interesting use is newspaper. In this case, we need to use preposition in. He is in bed, and what interesting use in this is the newspaper. You can see the photo on one page, and my apartment is some floor. And in this case, we need to use preposition on. You can see the photo on page 57, and my apartment is on the first floor. 2 more. I didn't go somewhere, and I usually drive somewhere. In this case, we need to use preposition to. And the last paper that we have here, it's easy to get. We need at. I will meet you at the station, and the station is at the end of the street. Okay. So now I will explain you briefly the usage of these 5 prepositions, and after that I will show you rules in PowerPoint presentation and explain them in detail. The easiest to explain is, I think, preposition on. On, this is when we talk about some surface. For example, we have with you a table. That would be a table. And there is something on the table. For example, a stick. I like sticks. There is a stick on the table. So this is the surface. It doesn't have to be only a vertical surface. It can be any kind of surface. There is something on the wall. For example, Green Forest, the name of the company is on the wall. Something on the ceiling, something on the floor, and so on and so forth. in we use when we talk about some enclosed territory with some limits. It can be open area, for example, garden is open area, but we are in the garden because it has the limits, it has some edges, let's say. So the picture will be opposite. It looks like that. And we are, for example, in the room, or there is a person, a scary one, okay, in the room. So when we are in the enclosed territory. And at, this is an interesting one. Let's imagine a bus stop. This is a bus stop, bus we have here. And when the person says, I'm at the bus stop, where is he? Is he inside? Is he outside? Or maybe he's walking around? We don't know. And that's the interesting case of using at. We use at when we say that the person is at this place, but he's not inside and he's not outside, he's at this place just. Like, I'm at the bus stop. I can be inside the bus stop, I can be outside, or I'm at the airport. I can be in the, I don't know, check-in territory, I can be in the lounge area, anywhere. I can be outside smoking. So at is used for just place without any limits or the surface, let's say, it doesn't matter. And two more prepositions which are very easy to understand. First of all, they are prepositions of movement, so we need to use them when we move, go, drive, run. And two, when we go to a place, this is place. And from, this is when we go from a place. This is the place. And we go into opposite direction. And that's it, quite simple. Now let's look at our PowerPoint presentation. I will show you more rules, except the rules that I told you about. Unfortunately or fortunately, all these prepositions have a lot of set phrases which you need to learn by heart. They have no logical explanation. There is only one thing that I want you to pay attention to. This is one detail about one verb. It's the verb arrive. I don't know whether you can see. No, you can see. Can you see over here? I help. So we have here the verb arrive. After arrive, it's possible to use in, arrive in, when we talk about some city. And arrive at, when we talk about a place. It's a special verb which you have to learn and to know. We arrive at home, we arrive at the airport, we arrive at the office, but we arrive in Kiev, we arrive in America. So it doesn't have to be only city, it can be country as well. So that's it, because it will be also included in our practice. Let's look at PowerPoint presentation. Just a sec, I will open it. So I hope you are ready. I'm going to show you it. So prepositions of place. Let's move on. The first one, what we have here, these are examples with preposition at, which shows us the point. It shows the place, as I said, nothing specific. Standing at the bus stop, at the station, at the cinema, at the corner of Maple Street, at the front desk, at the door, at the seaside, at the table. So I'm not sitting on the table and I'm not sitting in the table, not inside, so I'm at the table. And this is the logical rule in which we need to use at. Another We also use at when we talk about places where we live, work, or study, like at home, at work, at school, at university. Our example is I'm at home now, my son is at university, and my husband is at work. Preposition at is also used to say that someone is at the event, at some event, at the party, at the meeting, at the conference, at the concert. I will call you back later. I'm at the concert now. And also, as I said, at has some set expressions. At the end, at the top, at the bottom. You have to learn them by heart. Well, actually, it's better if you learn all of these phrases by heart. At the table, at university, at the concert, and so on. The next one, preposition on. As I said, it is used when we talk about the surface. The book is on the table, the picture is on the wall, the fly is on the ceiling, the dog is lying on the floor. The examples with our preposition on. The restaurant is on the left and the hotel is on the right. These are set expressions. You have to learn them. I like to listen to my favorite program on the radio, and my sister prefers to watch it on TV. My apartment is on the second floor. I saw a strange smile on his face. Jack spent all his summer holidays on the farm in Texas. On the way home, said expression, my aunt met my mother and they had a nice chat. And the last one, you can find the exercise about prepositions on page 57 if you have a book. The next, preposition in, we use to show that something is inside the area, in the enclosed space. As I said, it has some kind of limits. I'm in my car now. What is in your bag? Jack prefers to have parties in the garden, but if it's rainy, they have fun in the house, inside the house. We sometimes have dinner in the restaurant, inside the restaurant, and I often work in the kitchen. For rooms, we always use in. Set expressions which you need to know. There are a lot of cars in the street. There are not many planes in the sky. My family lives in Oxford Street in Atlanta in the USA. So we use in when we talk about different streets, states, or countries. I live in Kiev in Ukraine. There are 9 apples in the picture in the book. My daughter likes to look at herself in the mirror. This is the biggest statue in the world. He is in bed now dreaming about his own car. Oh my God, my teacher is in prison and my classmates are in hospital. What interesting news is in the newspaper you are reading? You saw that example at the beginning. So these are expressions which you need to know. Let's practice with you a little bit. The first exercise, we need to use at, on, and in. I will give you a minute to think, and after that I will read you the answers. So let's look at the answers. What we have here, do you live in Manchester? It's the city. He was at the bus stop. As I said, it's just a place without any particular limits, maybe. Are there plates in the cupboard inside? Look at the example on the board, the surface. I met my girlfriend at a party. This is the event. And Kathy not here. she is at work at the moment. This is a place where we work. Next, please. Again, you have very simple task just to use 3 prepositions in the correct place. So, the answers. Are my books on that shelf? This is the surface. My toothbrush isn't in the bathroom inside the room. She usually sits on the floor. This is the surface again. Is your daughter happy at school? This is a place where we're studying. We had breakfast in the garden. It has the limits. There are too many cars on the road. This is the surface. We say in the street, but on the road. Please pay attention to that. The next exercise, we need to use at, in, or to. As you remember, to shows the direction where we are moving to what particular place. Again, a minute to think, and after that we will check. I guess you are ready. So let's check. I didn't see you at the party event. I didn't go to the party. Where the place? My sister lives in Lisbon. It's a city. Sue flies from London to Scotland every Monday morning. What time did you arrive at the airport? As I told you, after arrive, we use at when we talk about place. I was at work all day on Sunday. It's place where we work. My uncle and aunt live in New York now. It's a city, and it was very cold, and so I ran. No preposition. This is the exception. Usually, when we talk about home and when we talk about some movements, we don't use any prepositions. Only we say I stay at home, and in other cases we don't use prepositions with the word home. The next one. Again, the same 3 prepositions. Please think what to use. I'll give you a minute. All right. So what we have here, I usually drive to work, but I today walked. So direction where we move. We meet in town every Saturday morning. Town has the limits. I waited at the bus stop. Already discussed this phrase. My parents usually stay at home. As I said, home has an exception when we talk about stay. So stay at home. In other cases, we don't use prepositions. The train goes to Moscow, the direction where Lily always walks, no preposition, home with me. And the last one, we arrived in Prague at 5 o'clock in the morning. So after arrive, we use in when we talk about different cities or countries. Arrive in Prague, arrive in the Czech Republic. And the last exercise that you need to use, you need you need to use to, at, and from. So what we've got here, Linda works at the post office. It's just a place where she works. Can you come to our party? We invite the person to come to. We arrived at the station. I often return to my old hometown, and they were tired when they arrived, so they caught a taxi from the airport to the hotel. Very easy. And the last slide, please think about using these prepositions. All right, what we've got here. Cassie brought her daughter to work, where she brought it to work. We landed at Athens airport. We talk about airport, not about the city. I caught the train and walked from the station, or maybe to the station if you wanted. I don't know. I landed at Istanbul airport. Again, we have here airport, and caught the train from Istanbul to Ankara. He traveled all night from Paris and arrived at the office. We have here with you the place here in London at 6:30 in the morning. That's it, guys. Let's make the conclusion of our prepositions. We have three prepositions of place: at, on, in. They are quite simple. The more you use them, the more you learn different phrases with them, the better you'll remember them. Of course, everybody is looking for some logic, but there is some logic, but only some, not a lot of them, not a lot of it. So it's better if you learn just the phrases by heart. I think this is the best way, and of course, to practice them in your everyday speech. Thank you very much for your time. See you soon. Bye.